Hi guys. I know it's been a while that I haven't been up here on my YouTube channel. I have just been dealing with a couple of things. For one, I've been dealing with going back and forth about finishing my book. Um, I had to get my mental health together, my personal relationship together. Um, and I wasn't too sure if I wanted to continue this. Another thing that I had to keep in mind is that I didn't want to give out too much information because my book is coming. So I've decided, yes, to finish my book. It's my story. I want to tell it, and it's healthy for me to tell it. Um, I asked my children, my sister, but more importantly, I asked my dad because my father is like my go-to person. As many of you may know, or some of you may not know, my dad from a little kid up until 16 was my best friend. And like he's all that mattered to me, him and my sister. I would be bad on purpose so, my dad could sit me down, talk to me, give me that extra attention that I was craving from him. No, my father was not a bad father. Um, he just explained to me that he didn't know how to be a dad at that moment. And it's okay today because I understand, because I didn't know how to be a mom either. It's no instructions to this thing called parenting, and no one parent is perfect. Um, I respect him, everything about him. Um, I look for him in the type of men that I date, if that makes sense. Uh, but at 16, I've developed a little bit of rebellious and a little bit of hatred and things like that. I'm not going to go into details because, like I said, I can't give you guys too much on my channel because then what's the point of you going to get my book? But to know that the important people in my life was like, girl, do that book, finish that book. I actually read the first chapter to my kids, to my sister, and I got the green light. Um, I don't want to. I don't want to feel like I'm rushing my book because I know you guys want it, but it's coming along. Um, I got up here today because I put something on my TikTok and it went crazy. 26,000 views. Um, whew, uh, like thousands of comments. And I'm like, wow. The comments, beautiful. Somebody was using drugs for 3 years and for 2 years, and today made 3 days clean for them, and they happened to go on TikTok and saw what I posted, and it helped them get through today. See, the thing about addiction is we want it so bad, but we just don't have the tools to keep going. I did 17 months in the program, and everything that I learned in the program, no, it wasn't for me. No, everything in the program wasn't for me. What was for me, I took and I use in my everyday life. Um, what wasn't for me that I felt I couldn't use, I didn't. So in order for one to first get clean, let's get that out the way. In order for one to first get clean, one must know that one is is an alcoholic, an addict, whatever. For me, I had to realize that I was an alcoholic first. I don't pick up the heroin and I don't pick up the stem if I don't pick up the alcohol. The alcohol is my drug of choice. That's what takes me to my comfort zone. which is the cocaine and the heroin. I had to first realize that. I had to first want to get help, and I had to surrender. I know it may sound cliche, like those are the things you say, oh, you gotta surrender, but I had to do that. A lot of people tell me, oh, just take one day at a time, girl. And I'll be like, one day? That's too long for me. I take it 1 second at a time. Because right now I could be okay. By the time I end this video, I may want to smoke some crack. It's just that real. I live with that every day. Every day. I live in between 2 liquor stores. Every store I go in, if I want to get a water, if I want to get a soda, if I want to get anything, the beer's there first. So it's an everyday struggle. It's an everyday fight. And that's why I decided to go into the gym. Like, I've been going to the gym. I've been writing my book. I've deleted my social media for like maybe the next 4 to 6 months. It depends. But my inbox is still open. So you guys that's still sick, suffering, need my help, want to talk to me, you can inbox me. And then from there, I will give you my number. Things have been good with me. I haven't had a relapse. I haven't had a dream. I haven't had any of those things. The one thing that I deal with that I had to kind of like step back from was family, which I want to touch on that subject. I been clean 6 years, and I've seen the same people stay the same way with me. Some people, some family don't want you to tell your story. Some family may be embarrassed for me. Some family members may be embarrassed because they didn't try to help me, or they may feel bad because they kind of pushed it under the rug or anything. I don't know why. Everybody have their own reasons for how and why they treat me the way they do. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying, like, I posted something on my social media page and it went fake viral. Like, I had about 400 something people like it. I had about 200 something comments, and I had about 50 to 60 shares. But my family members didn't like it, didn't comment, didn't share it. My sister did, of course. My cousin did, of course. My sister-in-law, my other sister-in-law. So my aunt, those people. But I have other family members that will comment on everybody else stuff. Oh, girl, you look pretty. Oh, girl, but here I am right here. Even they won't say, to God be the glory, congratulations, whatever the case is. Not that I need it. Don't ever mistake me for bringing attention to what bothers me as some form of validation, because I don't need any validation from nobody. My validation comes from me. When I look in that mirror and I see, or I turn that key to my door, or I can go to my sister's house and see my kid, and I can go tell my dad and my sister, hey, I'm coming to get my kids. That's my validation. Nothing else. But it does bother me when I see certain family members that should be the first to root for me, the first to be like, yes, tell me, or show some sort of shade to me and my accomplishments and my recovery. All skin folk ain't kinfolk, and all blood ain't family. And I had to really, I really had to understand that and know that. Everybody ain't for you, especially if you're doing better than them. Not to say that I am, because I'm just me. I'm just me. But that's a whole nother subject. I'm definitely gonna go live about that family and everything else. December 30th, I'm gonna go live. I think on either this, my TikTok or my Facebook. Uh, and then I'm gonna get off it again. I will only use my social media platform for this: addiction, homelessness, mental health issues, rape victims, molestation. Because, baby, molestation is real. And us black people, we be so quick to say what happened in this house stays in this house, or sweep it under the rug. When all the time you knew the uncle, the cousin, the brother, whoever was doing this, but it was hush, hush, shh, shh. Again, in my book, I'll touch on that as well, because I was a victim. And it's okay to say that. Um, do I say names in my book? Absolutely not. No. Do I bash, belittle my family? No, I do not do that either. My book is about how I started, what I was doing in it, those 16 years, my prison sentences, my jail sentences, my how I got my drugs through a day-to-day basis out there in them streets, where I slept, how I bathed, if and when I bathed, and things like that. It's not a life story per se. It's just a day in the life of an addict and how she made it out. That's it. That's it. Um, Again, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I'm up to about 200 and something, uh, which is cool. Um, in due time, God is able. God is the the head of my life. Through all, He's who strengthens me on a day to day basis. Hold on, guys. I had to turn down my pot. Um, but that's just how real it is, I live life like everybody else. I go to work, I come back, I go to the gym, I go to see my psychiatrist, my therapist. I'm chilling with my friends, my family. I don't really have friends. I just have family members that we just hang out. My cousin, my sister-in-laws, my sister, my aunt, my other cousins. So those are my friends. I know I probably was all over the place today with this subject, because again, I don't want to give too much out, because they're gonna be like, oh well, she already told us everything. So what am I buying the book for? And nah, you still gotta get that book. That book is gonna make you cry, make you laugh, make you be like, girl, child, you hear me? I'm a mess. I tell you, yes I am. But I'm a good mess today. Today, my family can sleep. My children know I am. Like, it's okay. I'm a good mess today. Uh, what else do I touch on? I touched on the relationship with my dad a little bit. In my book, you will see the part my sister played and why I'm so forever grateful for her and to her. Um, Also in my book, I learned to, in my book, I will tell you how I learned to understand through personal reasons why my mom couldn't raise me and my siblings. So let me touch on this real quick. I see, people, and they be like, yeah, because I'm a mother, when I do this, and, I got this, I don't need a pat on my back, and blah, blah, blah. I always see it all through my social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Whatever. Being a good parent is not keeping your children fly at all. Being a good parent is not drinking, smoking, hanging with your friends, and that's not a good parent. Being a good parent is understanding that yes, I laid down and yes, I made them children, but I know that mentally, emotionally, financially, I can't take care of these children because I'm facing whether it's mental health, whether it's addiction, whether it's uh, uh, spiritually, I'm not right, emotionally, I'm not right, all those things. It's knowing that you can't raise this child right now and placing that child with someone that can. I am proud that that my family was able to raise my children while I was going through addiction because that's serious. I thank God every day that I didn't drag my children through that addiction because I've seen it. I've been in crack houses where a baby is on the bed and we're still just smoking crack. Um, I And again, those examples of being a good parent is just my examples of what I don't think a good parent is. You may think that it is, but for me, that's not what it is. Being mentally, emotionally, financially, and spiritually sane and set is what makes you a good parent. Because if I'm broken, I can't raise you. Because here comes the screaming, the yelling, the attitudes, and the beatings, and that does nothing. Yelling does nothing. Beatings does nothing. Punishment sometimes does nothing. You have to find ways, and not traditional ways. You have to find ways to raise these children correctly. And when I say children, I mean children. I was a broken child when I started using drugs. 16 years old. Broken. Broken. And when I say broken, I mean I suffered from abandonment issues from both parents. I suffered from mental health issues that was swept under the rug. Nothing's wrong with her. She's acting out because she wants to. Nothing is wrong with her. Nothing is wrong with her. Yeah, it was. I want my mother. That ain't no excuse. That ain't no excuse. Okay, so then I'll just be quiet. I was broken. My grandmother raised me the best way she knew how, with my sister. So all I could ask for. We were not bums. We were not beaten. We were not abused. We were not starved. Through God's grace, she was very good. But I was still a broken child. I was missing something. So today, and I said that because I know people personally that get ridiculed, that get talked about, that get so much backlash for not being able to raise their children because they rather their children be placed somewhere else than to raise them in a broken home. A broken home does not always mean one parent is not there. A broken home can be, I have anger issues. I have mental health issues. I did not get those issues under wraps or talked about those issues. And now I'm taking it out on you, my child. That's not healthy for no child. It's not healthy. So today, I'm the parent that's mentally, spiritually, emotionally and financially able to be a parent. Whether my children live with me or not, I'm still doing a damn good job as their mother. And I'm not going to, sweep that under the rug neither. No, Sherelle, you doing a damn thing. You are. Because just for today, my children could pick up the phone and say, hey, Ma, you all right? Even though they only do that when they want something. But it's fine, yeah, because whatever. But I could call them, yo, did y'all not see that game? Or what's going on, yo? So I'm doing all right. I take my medication. I talk to my therapist, my psychiatrist. I still take parenting. You would have thought I was my sister baby daddy, because when she got pregnant, I took parenting class all over again. But let's stop getting at these moms because they're not raising their children. Some of us are addicts. Some of us suffer from schizophrenia. Some of us suffer from extreme paranoia, bipolar, depression. So it wouldn't be healthy for us to try to raise children because we're not even healthy to ourselves. I love y'all. And I will be posting again next week. Again, like, share, comment. Check out my other videos. I got about 4 up that'll have you in tears, have you laughing. Next week I will be touching on I know. Next week I'm going to touch on healthy relationships and sobriety. I love you guys. You guys stay blessed. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you know someone sick, suffering, using, hit my inbox. I have a lot of resources. You guys stay blessed.